Alright, Shalom. I want to give all glory and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the hopefully elect. And shalom to all the Akim pushing this truth with sincerity. Alright, and I just wanted to come back with a quick vid. It's been a lot of, talks and conversations about the long hair demon. Alright, and I'm just sharing the testimony of myself because I once had the, long hair. It wasn't that long, but it was too long for a man at least. I had the Shiva Jada, the dreads. I was into all that, And this is just a picture I pulled up on my Google Photos. And this is all inspired by another brother. I believe he's in the Men of Valor camp. Alright. And he did a testimony. The spirit hit me, although it's, quite humiliating, a little bit embarrassing, but, it's all for the body. And, testimonies, help certain brothers who fighting with certain things get rid of certain things, get rid of certain demons. And, just to let brothers know you're not the only one, who had to put away things that you loved in the world. You know what I'm saying? You're not the only one who fighting these battles, or who had to fight these battles and make these sacrifices. Alright? Now, this is an old picture back when I was 17 maybe. I just think this was like on my 17th birthday. Pretty sure that. It wasn't that long ago. I'm only 22 now, So this is back in high school. And, you see me, man. I was into all that, man, into all that, living in the streets, being in the streets, D-boy, all that, But this one picture, I had the joints, man. They was touching the shoulders and all that, man. So another one. This is, show how long they had got all down my face and all that. And, whatever, man, but I want to share this about them. And I can say that with that, type of mindset I had, the long hair, in a sense played a role to it. Cause it was it was the package, it was a vibration that came with having dreadlocks, especially when I was coming up. A lot of people were afraid of people, little do people know the dreads was kind of intimidating because you couldn't see people couldn't see your face, people couldn't, really see your countenance and all that, so a lot of people would be getting intimidated by that. And I would never fucking forget, man. And it's so crazy now that I'm looking from the outside looking in and, just putting myself in that space of how people thought of me or what people thought of me. It's like, damn. Because I never forget when I first had started getting dread. Excuse me. When I first got dreads and shit like that. My grandpa, because my pops wasn't around too much, and my grandpa, he had me work, with him, me and my brother here and there, and he'd drop jewels on us, when he can, coming where we come from, being in the hood and all that, he did his best to try to guide us, with the little bit of time he did have with us, you know what I'm saying? But he always told me. He's like, I love you, son. You do what you do. I know you smart. But those dreads, they a target. Those dreads put a big target on your back, man. And like I said, that just hit my spirit, because I'm just remembering them times he would tell me that those dreads gonna put a big target on your back. You know what I'm saying? And they did. You know what I'm saying? Cops. Profiling, and people don't know, man, I was, doing my thing in the streets or whatever, but I was very, very smart in school. Like, I got videos of getting countless awards for, having 3.0 or higher, And that's another thing. I remember one time I had got the honor roll. Cause you know me, man. You know I was doing what I was doing, but I always knew it was more to life than just being in the streets. You know that was, you know, a lot of people who turn to the streets and all that and do what they do, man, is usually being a product of your environment. You know what I'm saying? If you're surrounded by lions, you forced to be a lion. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. But I was real smart in school, you know, and I took pride in that, you know, not just, you know what I'm saying, for me, but for my family. You know what I'm saying? My mom, we always grew up poor. I just want to make my mom's proud. So I did very good in school. But, you know, the way I held myself as far as appearance, you would never know that. And I remember one time, just off the strength of, you know, the vibration of the dreads and all that, I came up to get my honor roll. And there was this one principal who used to be on my ass all the time. Basically based off my image, you know what I'm saying? But hey, I mean that's just how I grew up, you know what I'm saying? That's, you know, that's what my family, you know, that's just what they did, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Except people like my grandfather who was up in age and worked, and you know what I'm saying? But as far as that is, you know, that's just how we was raised, man. You know? But I remember getting an award for having a 3.0 or higher, and it was this one principal, and he looked at me like, "Don't I know you?" I was like, "Yeah, you always, you know what I'm saying." I'm like, "You the one who always, you know what I'm saying, picking on me, you know what I'm saying?" And he's like, "You up here doing honor roll?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, and he just shook his head like he was amazed, you know what I'm saying? But because, you know, how what I was doing in school, and you know what I'm saying, and carrying myself, and you know, he ain't, you know what I'm saying, he ain't see it. You know what I'm saying? And that's like I said, it was all because the Shiva Jada. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, on the outside looking in to it now, it was all vanity. And I could tell you one thing: a lot of us who had these Shiva Jadas got them for women. You know what I'm saying? Got them for women. Got them for appearance. Like I said, me coming up, the dreads was intimidating. You know what I'm saying? You know, the dreads was real intimidating. Being in the streets, like I said, people can't see your face. You know what I'm saying? You walking, they swinging. You know what I'm saying? It make you real skeptical. You know what I'm saying? People, you know what I'm saying, think twice about, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, man, just, you know, a testimony of having the joints, man, and you know what I'm saying? On the outside looking in, it is a demon that comes behind having these things, man. And just you gotta think they unclean as hell. I remember first getting them, you can't wash your hair until like after 3 months, something like that, 2 3 months, man. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, man, it's a real demon to come behind it, man. Okay, and that's just a fact. All right, that's just a fact. All right. Now you know I'm you know I'm far from that life now. It's been a while, but so I ain't afraid to show these pictures or nothing. You know, they just, you know, old, young. You can see I just downloaded them from my Google Photos, which that's where a lot of my old pictures is at. That was back in 2017, February 1st, which is my death date, 2017. Like I said, right on my birthday. I'll never forget this day. You know, this was, you know what I'm saying? This was when I was at my peak, man. You know, it's funny looking at it now. You know, but yeah, man. You know, just a little backstory, man, of how I was growing up, and like I said, on the outside looking in, the vibration that having long hair had, how effeminate it looked too, low key. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, my face don't look effeminate, but you know, you just give you weird vibes, man. Not looking at it now, you know. But let's see. I got a couple scriptures, and then I got a little article. Okay. Oh yeah, that's another part of the testimony. So when I graduated high school, I cut them, and then I had start getting them back, and I believe like 2019. And then I start hearing about the truth in what 2020. That's when I started hearing about the truth. You know, I started hearing about the truth in 2020. And that the first camp I ever seen, man, was the one body dudes, man. I'll never forget the dude Jeffter. That was the first camp I ever seen, man. I remember I did a water fast for 21 days, man. You know, I was big. I'm big into fasting. I always been, you know, kind of bigger now, but you know, that's another story for another time, man. You know, all comes with the balance. Coming into this truth, you kind of lose yourself when you first come in, trying to study and all that, you know. But that was the first camp I ever seen. Then I remember seeing like the IUIC, Sakari, the WFI dudes, and you would see dudes with the dreads. You would see dudes with the dreads, man. Okay, so I had got the dreads back, and they wasn't that long, but they was growing. And I'm like, shit, dang, you could have the dreads. You know what I'm saying? I was seeing all them dudes, and they had the dreads. They got the long hair, the dreads coming down the back, and all that. So I'm like, shit, it's cool. And I'll never fucking forget, man. I kid you fucking not, man. If I could find that video, man, that'd be a blessing. It probably ain't even on there because they done stripped the elder Manaza Takba old page. I don't know, man. Maybe we'll see. But I never fucking forget, man. This was the elder Manaza Takba was the only GMS brother I had. You know, because like I said, my whole thing first coming in, I didn't understand the split. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand the difference and all that. But I would watch the elder a lot, man. He was real passionate. You know what I'm saying? And he was holding it down by himself, so I would watch him a lot. And I'll never forget he was talking about the long. It was some dude who came up with dreads, and he was talking about the long hair and the dreadlocks. And I got on the comment board. I'm like, huh? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm so confused. Like, huh? What are you talking about? All the other dudes, all these other kids, they got the dreads. They got the, you know what I'm saying, the long hair. And he cussed my ass out, man, on the live. He cussed my ass out, boy. You know, he let me have it, man. You know what I'm saying? And my little brother, he was trying to come into this thing too. But he ain't, pulled through all the way. But I went to my little bro, and I'm like, dog, we gotta cut these joints right now. You know, my little brother, I will say, man, he listens. You know what I'm saying? My whole, I always been a man of my house or the household, and if I tell them to do something, they do it. You know, 'cause they know I got their best intentions, and they know I'm not gonna steer them wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I told little bro, I said, listen, man, we gotta cut these joints now, all right? And we did. You know what I'm saying? I cut my hair right then and there. Snipped them joints off. Had my little sister snip them off. Alright? And if the elder, happen to see this and can attest to this, he could, drop a comment. And then I got back on the live stream and I said, hey man, me and my little brother, we just cut him right on the spot. They was like, yeah, hey, that's a good thing. I think this was the brother Yawan was with him. This was during the time the brother Yawan was with him as well. They was just glorifying the Lord, like, hey, all praise Yahweh Shema Shai, you know what I'm saying? So that's another part of the testimony, man. Alright? So yeah, just a little testimony, man. I'm gonna bring out some information and call it that. Alright. This is a little article I found on the origin of dreads. Okay, I'm gonna read this passage. It says the first piece of written evidence dates back to 1500 BC. It is brought to us by the ancient holy Hindu text called the Vedas. In these texts, Lord Shiva, one of the main deities of Hinduism, wears his hair in the so-called jata, locks or matted hair. Basically the same as dreadlocks. Alright? So that whole custom of dreadlocks goes back to the deity, the god Shiva Jatas, okay, or Shiva, the 8-armed blue motherfucker with the dreads. That's where that shit all goes back to, man. It says even in today's India, it is not uncommon. Salakia. It is not uncommon to see jada hair. For example, the holy men called satyrs wear their jada in big coils on the top of their heads. Satyrs believe that wearing our hair in this fashion will facilitate the cosmic energy flow and help elevate our consciousness, and that's bullshit. Okay, but yeah, that's where dreadlocks come from, man. That's the oldest account of dreadlocks, man. Going back to the Hindu goddess Shiva. Okay, and we as Israelites shouldn't be partaking in none of that bullshit, man. Okay, so you see all these other camps, all right. With the Shiva goddess, man, that should say a lot. Okay, like I said, IUIC. I know for sure I've seen dudes in IUIC with them. A couple other camps, man. A lot of these other camps, And so when you practice that custom, whether you know it or not, man, you worshiping a false god, man. You worshiping what does it say, India? So what's that? I believe Elam. All right, you worshiping the Elamite god. All right. It says the first figurative evidence comes from Greece and dates back to the similar period as the Veda text. A fresco from the islands of Santorini shows fighters wearing dreadlocks. More evidence from the same period comes from Egypt and other parts of the Mediterranean and the Middle East, although sometimes it is difficult to tell dreadlocks from braids in a bas relief or a painting. Yeah, that's true. Alright, but in any event, it's still worshiping the false god, and it's vain, man. Alright, it's vain. Like I said, man, I could just think back now, looking at it now, on why I got these joints. For girls, intimidation. It was, it was the thing to do, at the time. It was either dreads or you had a little nappy fro. You know what I'm saying? It was just the thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, where I came from and grew up in the hood I was growing up in, I mean, everybody had the dreads, man, or at least started them. That's just what we did. You know what I'm saying? We was young and dumb. And, just wild, man. Not knowing what the fuck we was doing to practice it. So just like I said, they gone now. Okay, here go a picture, man. And like I said, man, when you go into it, it's very, very unclean. Okay, parasites can grow in them things. It's dead hair, man. It's just, they try to say it's enlightening and all that bullshit, but enlightening to what? Fucking evil, vanity, whatever, man. It ain't for no Hebrew Israelite or for someone to be calling themselves a Hebrew Israelite to be doing. This ain't our customs, man. Alright, now braids, okay, just like Samson, he had seven locks, man, which were braids. Alright, intertwined hair. Alright, but even to that degree, you gotta be careful. Because, if you're not under the Nazarite vow, you mean your hair shouldn't be long, period, as a man. Like now I got a small fro, and I braid it, periodically, you know what I'm saying? Just because, I got somebody who could come to my house and do my hair up, here and there. And, it keep me from having to go out and go to barbershops. I mean, me personally, I don't like being out in public too much. So, I got a little joint, she come, braid me up here and there, and I just trim my hair with scissors, trim my beard with scissors, and I got a little just a little pair of clippers, to trim my face up, and what I'm saying, all that, But like I said, even with the braids, you just want to be careful, man, and make sure you're not doing stuff out of vanity, So braids is an alternative if you got, a little bit of hair as a man, you could just braid it up. You ain't gotta, go all the way down, you know what I'm saying? But you don't want to be too long, man, You don't want to be too long, like a woman, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta think, a lot of times, in some cases, it'd be people who have long ass hair, long silky ass hair, And if you don't see him from the front, you would think it's a woman from behind. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I mean, just the hell with your hair, man. I just say it like that. Like me personally, even when I get it braided, I won't get it braided for like another month and a half. It, get all nappy. I mean, I just don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But you practice balance. You groom yourself. You don't just got to be out here looking crazy and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we are kings, all right? And we groom ourselves, man. Jake likes to stay fresh, man. So it's nothing. It's all balance at the end of the day. But don't be getting caught up in vain shit, man. So that's some information on the Shiva Jada. Subscribe a couple precepts and call it that. This is Sirach 2 and 10. It says, and whatsoever my let me see. Yeah, I could start there. It says, and whatsoever mine eyes desired, I kept not from them. I withheld not my heart from any joy. From my heart rejoiced in all my labor, and this was my portion of all my labor. Verse 11. Then I looked on all the works that my hands had wrought, and all
Strong's H7723.
And all the labor that I had labored to do, and behold, all was vanity and vexation of spirit, and there was no profit under the sun. Yeah, so it's like you said, all was vanity. All is vanity, man. Let's go into that word vanity. All right, should be there. Let me go to vain. Vapor, breath. Okay, so when you look at the word vapor, it's pretty much like nothing. All right, or empty, and I believe that's what vain should go into. Let's see. It should go into empty. Let's see. I ain't giving you what I want. Might be under a different text. But vanity also goes into emptiness or being empty. Basically meaning it has no purpose. Alright? Even like I said, vapor. You know what I'm saying? It's basically a substance that's just nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's a vapor. But let's see, I got another scripture I want to grab. This is 1 Corinthians 11 and 14. It says, doeth not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him. Alright, so men shouldn't have long ass hair, man, okay? Now you could go, small fro, medium fro, you could have some hair, man, alright, but it get the dripping all down your shoulders and your back and shit. Nah, man, come on, man. And even, I could say personally, even when I had my little dreads, I didn't want them all down my back. That's why I cut them. They had hit my shoulders and all that. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Nah. And I snipped the motherfuckers, man, because I'm like, the women do all that down the back, and you know what I'm saying? The hell with all that shit, man, Like I said, there's nothing wrong with grooming yourself, getting fresh. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of yourself and all that. If you got a little fro, you get a little braids, or cut it. You know what I'm saying? Brush it. Might hook up some little waves or something, But, don't be getting caught up in all the extra shit, man. You know what I'm saying? It's really just pointless, man. Alright? Let's grab this. Proverbs 30 and 8. It says, remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. Alright, so what's coming into this truth, man? We should be asking the Lord to remove us from vanity. Alright, because you seeking out vain things with vanity for appearance and all that shit, man. It's separating you from the Lord. Ultimately, man. Okay, here we go right here. This is the one I wanted. Shav. It says emptiness, vanity, falsehood. Like I said, emptiness of speech, lying, worthlessness. Alright? So a lot of shit is just worthlessness, man. You know, it has no meaning, it has no purpose, no nothing. Alright? It's just vanity. It's what your flesh wants. Alright? It's what the old man wants, man. Okay? And us being in the flesh, being in the world before we came into this truth, what would we do? We would serve our own bellies. We would serve ourselves. We would, you know what I'm saying, go after the things that our flesh wants, that we want. Okay? But us coming and serving Yahweh Shem Shai, we are now prisoners unto Yahweh Shem Shai. Alright? So we got to serve our Father, serve Yahweh Shai. And that's just that. We prisoners of Yahweh Shai, man. Alright? So what we want don't fucking matter. The way we want to be seen or appeared, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter, bro. Even with the lineups thing, man. But you know, see, I had to jot it, so I ain't have to really deal with getting lined up. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, I'm gonna get lined up for it. You know what I'm saying? So even that, you know what I'm saying? You gotta let go. You know what I'm saying? It is hard, man. You know, but if you fear the Lord, you gonna do what you gotta do. Cause at the end of the day, man, the Lord gonna restore everything back to us, man. We're gonna get our edge ups back. We're gonna get the nice texture hair. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be perfect in the kingdom, man. Alright, and that's something you gotta remember, man. This ain't our rest. This ain't our place to be happy. This ain't our place to be perfect. This ain't our place to have the world, to have the, you know what I'm saying? All the benefits and all the women. This ain't the time for that, man. The time is to be pushing His word, man. Okay? And preparing our souls, man, for what's about to come. And praying and hoping that we are able to escape the judgment and the wrath that the Lord is about to be about to bring to this place, man. You know? And like I said, man, I'm a young brother. I'm only 22. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I can only speak to the younger brothers, man, and brothers who went through these type of situations and had to sacrifice things. Because like I said, man, for young brothers coming up in the world, I was born 2000, man, so I grew up with all the madness. You know what I'm saying? All the, as the Apostle would call it, like to say, the GMO babies, man. So I know the mindset. I know where a lot of this shit stems from. Okay, why a lot of people do what they do, etc. Because I lived it. All right, I've been in it. I lived it. I was one of them. You know what I'm saying? So I could speak upon it. You know what I'm saying? Just like any generation, you got your certain fads, your trends, and all that. What's popping, what's not. You know. And like I said, you know, I grew up in the era where the Shiva Jadas, the long hair thing, was the shit. You know what I'm saying? It was the shit, man. You know. So like I said, I know why a lot of people do it, man. You know. So you know, can't nobody come to me and hit me with, oh, I'm under the Nazarite. No. I know why, man. Because like I said, I was one of them. All right. So yeah, man, that's it. You know, just a quick testimony. Filter through the scriptures, man. So Shalom, call Halayim La, Yahweh Shema Shai, Bashim Kakodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to all for the elect. Shalom.